Hello everyone, I'm Heather, this is Hey Acrylics, and welcome! We are going to be doing fan art for Solid Gold Aquatics Part 2. This is going to be all of the painting portion of the video. So I started off with a silver background, and then I thought, hey, she's solid gold, why not change it to gold? And that's exactly what I did. You can't really see it too well at this point in the video, but it is actually a shiny gold, so when she has it up on her wall, if she ends up hanging it, it'll have a nice shimmer when the light hits it, which will be really cool. I didn't really talk too much about Jenny in the last video. I actually find her, I admire her quite a bit for her overcoming all of her tragedy in her hobby and getting up and moving on and stepping forward. She's really an amazing person. I don't know if I could hold on to a hobby if I had that much loss all at once, and she did. So she's quite miraculous and courageous. And she shared it with all of her fans. That must have been really difficult. So at this point you can see that I finished the painting and I didn't have the right gradients. They were too close together. The light gray, the medium gray, and the dark gray were all way too close and way too similar, and it didn't have the right kind of contrast that I needed. So I started over again, and that's what you see here. It's kind of interesting as you watch because you can see just how different the shades of gray that I'm using are as I go on. The light gray is almost a white that I end up using. The medium gray stays pretty much the same though. I didn't really have too much of an issue with that. It was a nice middle gradient. And that's right, I don't know if you noticed this, but I do have another band-aid on my finger. Apparently I am quite clumsy, and I've had a cold and been on cold medicine all week. So, yes, don't handle sharp objects when you're Heather and you have a cold, apparently. That's how it works. Life lessons, right? But I promised you guys a video, and I came through. I also do have a couple of tutorials in the works. I've pretty much been at a commission for an entire week, so I didn't really have much energy to do anything else other than this video. But I do have a video, like the footage of me packing up Jenny's painting and my process for getting it ready to be shipped. I have all of that material that will be ready to go. I just have to put it on to the computer and edit it all, and it should be up later this week. I'm not really running on a schedule right now. My channel is still fairly new and I'm still getting into the hang of things, and you can probably tell by the quality of my videos that the less time that I have to work on the actual editing of the video itself, then the more simple the video ends up being, just with very simple cross dissolves and the generic free music, the same music almost in every video, because I'm too lazy and I've been too busy to go back onto YouTube and get more free music. But that's fine, it's all catchy music anyway. I know when I watch other people's videos I quite enjoy listening to the same music over and over again. I know all the beats now. So let me know in the comments if any of you have tried to make any stencils yourself, and if you're having difficulty with a certain part, and I'll better explain that part in the next video so that you can hopefully overcome any problems that you've been having. I know that there are probably many ways to line up the stencils. I just find that using the reference cuts in the way that I do them helps me have peace of mind, because I can see the edges of where I'm painting and I can make sure 100% that it's lined up perfectly. I've tried hole punching and things like that in the past, and sometimes the stencils slip as you're working with them, so it wouldn't be a very accurate reference point if that were to happen, if the tape were to slip or come off. So I do it this way. It's tried and true for me. With this painting, the majority of the time that I spent was doing little touch-ups. Most of this video is actually going to be touch-ups. There are so many small, intricate cuts in this that it was hard for me to get the paintbrush into all the little tiny crevices in the stencil, so I ended up having to do a lot of it by hand, especially on the blackfish. I did send the painting. It was a day late because I wanted to film myself packaging it up, and it was too late at night to do it yesterday or last night, so I had to do it today, this morning. But you will see that later on. All that footage is good, and I'll go through it really slowly. I'm not an expert at packing up paintings and shipping them. I've only ever done it twice, but both times I was successful and they got there in one piece, so I figured I might have some good information to share. I actually had a huge oversight in this painting when I was doing the stencil. There's a spot near his back end underneath one of his fins that's actually supposed to be the background color, but I didn't notice that when I was making the stencil, so I ended up having to go back and re-put in some gold there, and you'll see that in a couple minutes. So let me know too if you guys would rather see some more videos of me sending paintings and doing the paintings to send to YouTubers, or if you want to see some specific tutorials, because it all takes quite a bit of time. So you have to let me know so that I know what to spend my time on. It's going to be very difficult for me to do both. I work with dogs during the week, and sometimes I board dogs for days straight, and I can't spend all day in my room making videos and painting. So I need a direction to go in so I can prioritize my time the right way. I got the added tracking on the painting, so I'll be able to let you guys know exactly when it comes in, which will be nice. I like knowing that at least it got to the P.O. box safely. It doesn't seem like it's going too far, but it is going all the way from Canada to the US, which means it has to go past customs. I always picture the painting sitting there or falling off a huge pile, or I don't know exactly how their system works. But I know that the storage places where they bring the mail through customs and that do have rats and mice and stuff, so that's also a concern for me as well. I'm sure it'll get there fine though. The last two did. I re-looked at Molly Burke's videos, and I did find a P.O. box. I don't know if it just wasn't there when I looked a couple weeks ago, or if I completely glanced over it and blanked out. But now that I know, then I can start that as well. That's gonna take a couple weeks to complete, just because I have some ideas, but I'm not sure if they'll work, because she's a YouTuber and she has a visual impairment. She's pretty much completely blind, so I want to make sure that the painting has lots of nice textures so that she can really feel what's going on in the painting. I just want to make sure that she can feel the different textures of the painting, and if I paint her service dog Gallop, that she knows exactly where Gallop's nose is and his ears and which part's the background. I think it'll be really interesting if she opens it up on camera and tries to describe what she's feeling and what she thinks the painting is all about. I also have to figure out how to write in Braille because I don't really want to send her a personalized letter in print when she won't be able to read it. I'm sure she could have somebody else read it, but it would be so much more special if I could do it in Braille and really make it accessible for her. So the white fish, I'm not sure what the fish's name is, but in the stencil it didn't really have defined lips, but I felt like they were missing, so I decided to paint them in a little bit myself. I went a little bit off book on that one. I just felt like it didn't stick out enough, that you couldn't really tell what it was, and it needed a little bit more character there. So what do you guys think of the gold background? Do you think that it looks okay, or did I mess up big time? Should it have been blue? You'll have to let me know. I just thought that I would do something a little different. So this is the end result. This is the painting that I sent Jenny. Let me know what you guys think and follow me on Instagram. And my email address is more readily available on my profile. So if you have any business inquiries or any commission questions, just let me know. Bye.